"Oh my God, it's one of the lemons for that visit. But why do you keep it? It's been almost 4 months now." They walked from the cabinet and took their seats in the living room. "To us, this lemon is more than a fruit, Dahlia. It's land and history. It's the window that we open to look at our history. A few days after we brought the lemons home, it was night, and I heard movement in the house. I was asleep. I got up and I was listening. We were so nervous when the occupation started. Even the movement of the trees would wake us and left us worried. I heard the noise and I got up. The same thing, this noise was coming from this room right here. Do you know what I saw? My father, who was nearly blind." "Yes," said Dahlia. "Dahlia, I saw him holding the lemon with both hands, and he was pacing back and forth in the room. The tears were streaming down his cheeks."
Sandy Tolan, The Lemon Tree. There's 6 or 8 communities that have taken this book and parsed it and are going over and over again through it, trying to understand a vehicle and a road toward peace and tranquility in that community.
But everybody could feel the warmth and the reality of our people meeting, and all these cakes and teas and everything. Meeting the other, and it was real, it was happening, and we were admiring each other's being, so to speak, she said. And it was so tangible. And on the other hand, we were conversing on things that seemed totally mutually exclusive. That my life here is at their expense, and if they want to realize their dream, it's at my expense.
Our hope and our joy for the future is in God who strengthens us. And if we can enter into dialogue with one another in such a way that we encourage people to be the people of God, putting God's needs before their personal needs, we can make change. There can be an everlasting peace. There can be an abundant community of Jews, Christians, and Muslims living in the Middle East, especially in Jerusalem.
Planting citrus is an act of faith and an act of patience, because you don't bear the fruit right away. So Ahmad was, and Zakiya, his wife, and their children were expected to bear the fruit for many years and generations.
Read this book by Sandy Tolan. Allow it to stimulate you. Move into dedicated discussion groups about this book so that we can be a catalyst for peace in the Middle East. A small pilgrimage group representing the Diocese of Los Angeles will be going there on June 6th with me. And we'll be dedicating a wonderful school in Shefarma that is a project that was jointly done by our companion relationship with them and their companion relationship with us. In dedicating that school, we'll provide education for children who have educational disabilities and handicaps so that they can be educated in a setting where there are both Christians and Muslims, and I hope some Jews. If we can use that to stimulate dialogue, we will move very rapidly toward peace. On the 31st of July, I take off with Chris Tumulty, our Youth and Communications Officer, and Deb Neal, the President of the Program Group on Youth, to Palestine and Israel with somewhere between 12 and 20 young people. They will be the catalyst for change. I want to urge all of you first to get your children to listen about Palestine and Israel and give them an opportunity to come back and teach you. That requires you being in contact with Deb Neal and Chris about getting them on this pilgrimage that I'll be leading as the spiritual director along with those two fine teachers.